on, guys? Welcome to Outside the Brand. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for August 9th, 2023. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining me right here on your Wednesday nights, wherever you may be. Guys, AEW Dynamite tonight, another solid show as we inch closer to AEW All in London. Guys, we got more matches confirmed for AEW All In. And guys, this is shaping up to be quite a show with already just about 80,000 people about to sit at Wembley Stadium for the biggest show in AEW's history. AEW All in London has these 4 matches confirmed for the event. We have Better Than You, BAYBAY in Adam Cole and MJF going at it 1-on-1 for the AEW World Championship. MJF is defending against Adam Cole. Then, which we learned earlier on in the night, Sting and Darby Allin will take on Swerve Strickland and A.R. Fox. I got some stuff when it comes to that news. Look, I honestly personally wanted Nick Wayne to be a part of that, but I'm fine with Sting. Sting was going to be a part of AEW All In anyway. He was going to have to be, but, I'm okay with Sting being a part of the Darby Allin match at All In. Another match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. We have FTR taking on the Young Bucks. Guys, this is absolutely fantastic. I love it. FTR, Young Bucks, give it to me. Inject that shit into my veins. That is going to be fantastic in front of almost 80,000 people at Wembley Stadium. And guys, finally, we have a AEW Women's World Championship. It's like a tournament in ways, because whoever wins these next 3 matches, or next 2 matches, because one of them happened tonight on Dynamite, will meet in a 4-way for the AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm, who invoked her rematch clause, automatically got a bye to AEW All in London. The match tonight was Hikaru Shida versus Anna Jay for the AEW Women's World Championship. The championship was on the line, and whoever won that automatically got into the AEW Women's World Championship match at All In, considering they would be the champion. So Hikaru Shida retained her title tonight in very controversial fashion, so we're going to have to talk about that when we get to the main event. So she's going to All in London with Toni Storm, but the other 2 matches are as follows. We have this coming Friday on Rampage, we will have Saraya taking on Sky Blue, and then next week on Dynamite, we will see the Bunny take on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. So obviously, Dr. Britt Baker is most likely going to be defeating the Bunny. I mean, only makes sense. And then I personally think it's going to be Saraya that wins against Sky Blue. And it'll be Saraya, Toni Storm, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's World Championship. So that's going to be the fatal 4-way at All in London for the AEW Women's World title. I'm cool with it. At least they're doing something when it comes to the women at All in London. Going to be pretty cool, and that should be a very, very good fatal 4-way when it is all said and done. So those are the 4 matches that are already happening at AEW All in London. So that's going to be fantastic when we do get to Wembley Stadium. But talking about tonight's show, this show was great. I loved everything about this show because we saw RVD at the age of 52 looking absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. He looked great. RVD is fantastic, and I don't want anybody to tell me otherwise. RVD is absolutely great at what he does, and he did fantastic with Jack Perry tonight on Dynamite for the FTW title. Um, yeah, so that was absolutely great there. MJF and Adam Cole continue to kill it. That trampoline park segment was just gold in every sense of the word. Um, we had the Young Bucks taking on the Hardys tonight, and that was as good as the Hardys and the Young Bucks could be for their stages of their career. We all know that the Hardy Boys are definitely looking to be winding their careers down when it comes to just their overall careers in general. But, it was as good as it possibly could be. And I'm perfectly fine with that. The Lucha Bros took on the Blackpool Combat Club and John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. That was fantastic tonight. I thought that was probably one of the best things of the entire show. Seriously. Probably the match of the show to me. But this was great. The Lucha Bros need to be a part of AEW television more often. They definitely need to be a part of more Dynamites because this tag team match proved it. The tag team division is suffering right now in AEW, and the Young Bucks, the Lucha Bros, FTR, the BCC. I mean, guys, those are 4 tag teams right there that that AEW needs to build that division around. I mean, come on now, people. Those 4 teams are the most, decorated teams in the AEW tag team division. You got to build it around those 4 teams. So, the Lucha Bros, they did fantastic. The VCC did fantastic tonight as well. They need to get on board when it comes to the AEW Tag Team Division. The Lucha Bros do not need to be relegated to Ring of Honor. They need to go to AEW television, whether that is on Dynamite or whether they get moved to Collision. They need to be a staple on AEW programming moving forward. What else do we have tonight? So we had those 2 tag team matches, the FTW title match, which I thought was absolutely great. Not only just for Jack Perry, but for RVD himself. We had the Jericho Appreciation Society mandatory meeting. That was great. We're going to talk about that at the top of the show. So that was really good right there. And honestly, I think that was it. Really, I mean, we had the 4 matches, and then that with the Adam Cole and MJS segment, and that was really it. It was just a very fun and digestible show to get through tonight. So we're gonna get right into everything right here on the AEW Dynamite Post Show. First of all, before I get into everything, I want to give a big shout out to Johnny, Erica, and Marissa, who was at AEW Dynamite tonight. You probably saw them. If you are a fan of the Triple Threat podcast, you will see them on the right side of your television. They were right on the ramp, and I believe Erica got a picture with one of the Jackson brothers for the Young Bucks. So that's great for her. And this was just it was fun. It was a fun show for them to go to tonight in Columbus, Ohio. So that was great. Shout out to those 3. Those 3 are absolutely awesome. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if anything, they're probably watching Rampage right now. But if anything, shout out to those people because those guys are absolutely fantastic. So shout out to Erica, Johnny, and Marissa of the Triple Threat podcast for being at AEW Dynamite tonight. Thank you to our sponsors, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is an official sponsor of OTB. And if you guys want to use the code OTB at checkout, that would be fantastic because you would be saving $20 off your first purchase when you use SeatGeek. We love being a part of their family. They love being a part of ours. You guys win. We win. Everybody wins when you use the code OTB at checkout for SeatGeek. So thank you, SeatGeek, for being a part of our family. We love being a part of yours. Go get the merch. Bonfire.com, the exclusive home of OTB and its merchandise. Guys, it's August. It's freaking hot. Go rep OTB wherever you may go with a t-shirt, okay? Please go rep out OTB wherever you may go when it comes to the summer, because the summer months, they're hot, they're sticky, it's just hot out there. Please just, stay hydrated and wear OTB wherever you may go. And go to the links down in the description. Follow me on social media, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at PhillyMatt_. And, just do whatever you can to help the channel out. If you guys want to support the channel when it comes to here, you guys can join the channel. Join the channel, become a member today, become a member of the OTB family. And when you do join the channel, you will automatically get a Discord link sent to you. So that would be fantastic if you would join the channel today and send in a super chat. Tell us what you guys like about AEW Dynamite tonight. Tell us what you guys are going to be liking about AEW All in London very, very soon, guys. Because that show's like what, in like 2-3 weeks? It's going to be awesome. So join the channel today. Send in a super chat. Tell us what you guys like about AEW and AEW All in London. And guys, we'll get right into everything tonight on AEW Dynamite right here on OTB. Guys, we kicked off AEW Dynamite tonight with the Jericho Appreciation Society without Chris Jericho. Jericho was not out there yet. Angelo Parker and Daddy Magic, they all were out there with the two girls, Anna Jay and Ty Mello with Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, and Daniel Garcia. Basically, everybody from the Jericho Appreciation Society was out there except for Jericho. What happened tonight was they had a mandatory meeting, and they were basically just determining whether they were going to stay together or not as a group. So everybody's in the ring. Daddy Magic introduces the leader, Chris Jericho. Jericho makes his way to the ring with a mic in hand, looking slightly smug, but also slightly concerned as he entered the ring. Jericho says it's fine that they came down there without him, but he comes to the ring as their friend, only for Garcia to interrupt him, telling the Ocho that as the AS, as the Jericho Appreciation Society speak instead. He calls Jericho out for what happened last week before saying that he did many things in his career to choose Jericho. So he doesn't understand why Jericho doesn't choose them. Garcia ends by saying that he cannot do this anymore. He taunts the Ocho by doing his signature dance, and he leaves the ring. So at this point in time, Daniel Garcia out of the JAS. So he leaves the ring. Jake Hager then speaks up next, and he's telling everybody, that they have a lot of history together. And he's made a lot of money thanks to Chris Jericho. But if they have to cut ties, it's okay because we have a lot of options. And he liked that hat, the boat hat that he always wore. Everyone now knows Hager does not appreciate Jericho as he drops the mic and leaves the ring. So Jake Hager out of the JAS. Jericho speaks up now, talking about how proud he is of Anna Jay and Ty Conti, especially Anna, because she has a match for the AEW Women's World Championship tonight. Ty interjects saying that, she used to be proud about being a part of a group with Chris Jericho, but not anymore. She feels sick, and she's not talking about the baby considering that she's pregnant. Before saying that she will go and have the baby, she'll come back and become champion without Chris Jericho. So she leaves, and Ty Conti out of the JAS. Anna speaks up next, saying that tonight is about her. She is being selfish for once because she has an AEW Women's World Championship match tonight, and it's not about appreciating Chris Jericho. So, Anna Jay out of the JAS. Anna JAS no more. Is Anna J from now on. Thank God. So Anna and Ty, they leave the building or they leave the ring, and Cool Hand Angelo Parker speaks up, saying that he doesn't want to stop being a sports entertainer. He stood by Jericho's side and fought many battles with him, but what has Jericho done for Angelo Parker? He doesn't want to do this, but he has no choice, saying that he has nothing left to give Jericho and he leaves the ring. So, Angelo Parker out of the JAS. Matt Menard says Jericho was his childhood hero, buying a Jericho t-shirt with his first paycheck from his first ever job. When his wife was pregnant and Menard had no job, Jericho talked to him and helped Menard get a job with AEW. The past few months, he's never sat right with him. Why, guys? He came up with, like Eddie Kingston, hated Jericho's guts, but now he understands, and Matt Menard drops the mic and leaves the ring. So Matt Menard out of the JAS. This leaves us with Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara in the ring, with Sammy Guevara having the mic, and Jericho's trying to talk about something with with Sammy, but it's clear to Sammy that Jericho has stuff to sort out, and if Jericho changes his mind, maybe Sammy will stick by him. But Sammy did drop the mic, left the ring as he goes through the crowd, and we're left with a dejected Jericho in the ring as we go to our first commercial break. So, look, the one person that didn't totally leave the Jericho Appreciation Society was Sammy Guevara. Now, I don't know what that means. Seriously, I have no idea what that means. But at the end of the day, basically, the whole Jericho Appreciation Society is done. It's over with. The faction's disbanded. The only person that's really trying to figure out what is going on right now between himself and Chris Jericho is Sammy Guevara. So we'll see how that progresses over the next, couple of weeks as we head into All In. Maybe we get Jericho versus Sammy at All In. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But that was very interesting. Basically, everybody is out of the Jericho Appreciation Society. The society is no more. It's just Sammy and Jericho. So we'll see what happens with Sammy going forward. But that is absolutely awesome. And that was a great segment right there to kick off the show. So I loved it. I loved every part of it. So backstage, Jericho's interrupted by Don Callis. And he was, asking about what happened out there moments ago. And Jericho says, look, I made a decision on whether I will join your family or not. So we'll make that announcement next week on Dynamite. Callis says, I'll take care of everything. I'll handle everything myself. Go figure everything out. I got it all taken care of. A video package shown FTR challenging the Young Bucks to a match for the tag team titles at AEW All in London at Wembley Stadium. That happened at AEW Collision this past Saturday. I watched Collision just yesterday, and I thought it was a very, very good show. Look, the ratings obviously did not, reflect that, considering that was also SummerSlam Saturday, but it was very good Collision. Very, very good Collision there. So, yeah. So, FTR challenging the Young Bucks. That is confirmed now for Wembley for AEW All in London. Going to be a great match at Wembley Stadium. We then had the Hardys taking on the Young Bucks, and this was as good as you want it to be when it comes to the Hardys and the Young Bucks. This was fantastic. Matt Jackson rushes to the ring, taking down Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy goes for a twist of fate, but ends up getting laid out before the Bucks hit him with the BTE trigger on Jeff Hardy. and Nick Jackson gets to cover 1, 2, 3, and that is it. So obviously it wasn't that short of a match, but a very, very good match between the Hardys and the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks did pick up a win here. Obviously I was kind of expecting that to happen because, you know, the Young Bucks were going to challenge, or well, were being challenged by FTR for the tag team titles. So you would think that they would get a win and they would call out FTR to either accept the challenge or decline. And that's exactly what they did. They won the match. They called out FTR. FTR came out to the ring. They said Wembley Stadium, and they basically set the stage. They stared down at each other. Uh, Nick Jackson just simply said all in, indicating that the challenge has been accepted. And there we go. The match is confirmed. AEW All in London. The Young Bucks taking on FTR for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Going to be fantastic. Can't wait for that. So a very fun opening match between the two teams. We all know the Hardy Boys are definitely on a low point of their career right now. When it comes, I'm saying that in all due respect, honestly, because we need them to be preserved. I love the Hardy Boys. They don't need to be in the ring that much longer. So if anything, if this was it, if this was the end all be all, if this was the way they wanted to end their career, good on them. I don't want them to totally don't like. It's hard. It's hard because I've watched these guys for so long. If they retired in front of 80,000 people, that would be a great destination for it. It's hard. It's hard. But you guys know where I'm coming from. You guys know where I'm coming from. I want the best for them no matter what. I want the best for Jeff. I want the best for Matt. I've met those guys before. They're fantastic people. They are fantastic people. I want the best for them. If they chose to retire in London against the Young Bucks, I'm not going to be mad at it, but I'm just saying that what a way to go out if that is their plan. I'm not saying that is their plan. I'm just saying that if that is their plan, what a way to go out. We'll see what happens, but that match is going to be great regardless, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to love that match at All In. We saw a video package of Hikaru Shida defeating Toni Storm on the 200th episode of Dynamite last week for the AEW Women's World Championship, and we will have a tournament culminating into a fatal four-way for the AEW Women's Championship at All In. And I told you guys about that earlier on in the show. So, we saw a video package of Better Than You, BAYBAY. The main event of All In is made official as MJF agreed to put the AEW World title on the line against Adam Cole. And the two were going to a trampoline park. First of all, I love trampoline parks. I think trampoline parks are probably one of the best places on earth, period. I love trampoline parks. So, Adam Cole was trying to have MJF have some fun. He was trying to make MJF have some fun inside this trampoline park, telling him they got video games, they got a ball pit, they got trampolines everywhere. You can just jump around, or you can play dodgeball. And dodgeball really caught MJF by surprise. He's like, wait, there's dodgeball? He's like, yeah, man, there's dodgeball. Of course there's dodgeball. So MJF says, you know what? I think I'm going to have fun after all. So he walks away, and he has a dodgeball in his hand, and he just starts pelting kids with the dodgeballs. So Cole intervenes once all the kids are basically dead in the trampoline park because, MJF just pelted these kids with dodgeballs. Cole admonishes him before a little girl calls them both nerds for being at a trampoline park when they are two grown adults. She flipped them off after Adam Cole said that she shouldn't be talking to them in that way. And then when she was walking away, Cole's like, you know what, MJF? One more. He's like, dude, I thought you'd never ask. And then he just chucked the ball, presumably at the little girl, right into the back of the skull. So, I mean, this was fantastic. If you haven't seen the video segment, I put it on my TikTok. Go check it out. Fantastic stuff. Oh my god. Great. I loved it. I loved every second of this. This tag team, it's gonna suck when they break up. It's gonna suck. But man, this was great. I laughed the entire time. We come back from commercial break. We get a rundown of the Anything Goes match from last week, the parking lot brawl from Rampage, and we will get the best. And we'll get the BCC taking on the Lucha Bros tonight. Backstage, Mox talks down to the best friends before focusing on the Lucha Bros, challenging them to a tag team match later on tonight. Claudio then calls Pac out for turning his back on the BCC after Blood and Guts, which I was there for. Before Yuta brings up the injury that he sustained and how he might miss All In as a result of that. Back at ringside, we see the FTW Rules match for the FTW Championship. That title is on the line tonight. We see Jack Perry coming out. RVD then comes out to a huge pop from the crowd. And Perry attacks RVD from behind before, the bell gets underway. And this FTW title match with FTW Rules happens right now. So this was a great match. This was fantastic. RVD's at the age of 52 years old, and he looked fantastic out there. I loved everything about RVD and the way that he moved out there. He looked smooth. He was just very, very well calculated in this match. Jack Perry was a great first, opponent for him. I hope we see RVD a little bit more in AEW. I don't want this to be a one-off, because if RVD is this good at the age of 52 years old, I want him more. I want him more on television. So I hope everything does pan out. I hope RVD does a little bit more in AEW, because he looks great. And if he's going to continue to churn this type of a performance out there, I'm all in for it. No pun intended. I want to see more of RVD on AEW television, because he looked great, and Jack Perry did fantastic against him tonight. So let's get into the final portion of this match. RVD sends the champion, Jack Perry, back into the ring, setting up the turnbuckle for the 5-star frog splash. But the cover means nothing as the referee is still out. So he hit him with the 5-star frog splash, but the referee was knocked out because of a previous spot. Jack Perry basically he tried to chuck a chair at RVD, but RVD got out of the way and the chair hit Rick Knox in the face. So another ref comes out, makes the cover, and we see Jack Perry kick out. So Perry hits a low blow on RVD, followed by sending him into the chair that's in the corner, and rolls him up for the win. 1, 2, 3. So it was no disqualification and falls count anywhere. Those were FTW rules. So he hit a low blow, which is perfectly fine, and then sent him into the chair that was in the corner. 1, 2, 3. Done. So he retained the FTW title tonight. I had a feeling that was going to happen. We'll see more stuff when it comes to the FTW Championship as we head to All In. We got we'll most likely get Hook and Jack Perry for the FTW title at All In, and then when Hook most likely beats Jack Perry for the championship at All In, that's when you have to retire the championship. Having Taz's son be the final FTW champion before, letting the title retire, that's the perfect way for that title to go out. Good stuff there. That's what I hope happens for All In. So backstage, you see the Lucha Bros talking with Renee, and they're talking down to the BCC, promising them to pick up the win tonight in tag action. Back at ringside, MJF and Adam Cole head to the ring. The world champion talks down heavily edited and very fake footage of him saying that the Midwest is mid before hyping up his favorite place in the United States of America, which is the Midwest. Yeah! Adam Cole then follows suit by saying that it's time for story time with Adam Cole, BAYBAY, talking about the AEW World Championship match at All In, which Adam Cole believes he is going to win. MJF talks, he takes this as a mean for a promo battle, talking down to Adam Cole's, before the two new friends, before Adam Cole basically just cuts him off. Cole talks about wanting to go all in on some wrestling history, addressing the attempt to go after the AEW World Tag Team Championships before talking about another pair of tag team titles that he has never won before in his career, which are the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Cole says that he owe everything to his career when it comes to Ring of Honor, and the wrestling we know today is all thanks to Ring of Honor. Cole talks about his accolades of Ring of Honor, saying that the tag team titles are the only thing that is missing from that list. He hypes up the past champions before suggesting that MJF and Adam Cole will challenge for the AEW World Tag Team titles at the 0 hour, basically the pre-show of AEW All In at Wembley Stadium. MJF is like, "You want me to wrestle twice? Are you some kind of sick pervert?" And Adam Cole is like, "A little bit. I'm a little bit." MJF makes the challenge official, calling out Aussie Open before saying that Adam Cole and MJF are better than you, BAYBAY. The celebration is cut off real quick by Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong is angry at Adam Cole because he's shocked that he would want to win the Ring of Honor tag team titles with MJF and not Roderick Strong. MJF runs down Roderick, telling him that he to get into his car, go home, run up the stairs, lock the door, and go listen to Taylor Swift. And then he needs to go listen to Taylor Swift, and he said, quote, "Shake it off, you bland bitch." Then this starts, then the fans started to do a "shake it off" chant. Strong asks if Cole is gonna let MJF talk to him that way. Roddy says that the Kingdom were right. Cole isn't really his friend after all. The Kingdom then arrive, and then they leave with Roderick Strong. Cole then shouts at MJF, telling Cole that he is friends with him, but he's also friends with Roderick Strong. So, they get heated. Things get heated a little bit. Things end up breaking down a little bit. Cole says that he apologizes. The two hug it out, and then Cole heads to the back to try to talk to Roderick Strong, and MJF poses with the AEW World Title. Now, last week on Dynamite, Cole stabbed MJF in the back during their hug. This time, after the hug, and Adam Cole was walking to the back to go check up on Roderick, he was playing around with his Dynamite Diamond ring. So, both of these guys are plotting. Both of these guys are plotting. And, it's definitely something to look at. But, whoever turns on who, I think that Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship, bout, that's a prime position for one of those two to turn on the other. And it makes all the sense in the world to do that. So I love that. I think that's great. It's gonna suck when these two aren't a tag team anymore, but I love it. Great stuff there. This was fantastic. This was just great. So we then had the Lucha Bros take on the BCC. Good tag team match here. Very, very good tag team match here. I honestly thought this was the match of the night for sure. Phoenix up to the ropes as Penta looks for the Fear Factor, but Yuta intervenes and takes a dive by Phoenix. But the distraction was enough for Mox to pull off the mask of Penta and get a roll up 1, 2, 3, and the BCC pick up the win. BCC attacked the Lucha Bros after the match with Claudio putting on Penta's mask and taunt him. As the damage continues, BCC only stopped after several officials came out, but the group retreats out of the ring with Claudio still holding onto Penta's mask as they go to the through the crowd to make their escape. So that was great. I love the post-match attack. The BCC are just fantastic all around. I love them as heels. This was great. Alex Marvez talked to Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega has a sit-down interview next week with JR talking about what Kenny Omega is going to be doing at All In. My guess is that's going to be against Takeshita. So I think it'll be Takeshita versus Kenny Omega at All In. So I think that's going to be fantastic. Seriously. So that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think about what Kenny Omega does at All in London in the comments. We're back from a commercial break, and we see the Mogul Embassy making their way to the ring. Swerve looks to address what is going to go down in the next couple of weeks. Prince Nana runs down the crowd before Swerve starts speaking, saying last week they had to prove a point by going to Seattle and putting the fear of God in Nick Wayne. Swerve says that the Mogul Embassy are above the authority here in AEW, especially in Seattle, before AR Fox tells Darby Allin to come out. And he does come out telling AR Fox that these people don't know the whole story. Darby says that he tried to help him, tried harder than anybody to help him, but then he had to leave because he joined AEW. AR Fox got to AEW all by himself, so he wants to know if he's just mad that Darby Allin put in a word for Nick Wayne, which is true. Darby says that AR has some new friends, but that's okay because Darby has some friends as well. The lights go out. It's dark. In the arena, it's pitch black. And it's Sting! Sting returns. The Icon is here. The Icon is back. He attacked everybody with his baseball bat. Cleared the ring. And he put the bat to Strickland's throat. He motions the bat to the All In banner that is in the background. And it's official. We get Sting and Darby Allin versus AR Fox and Swerve Strickland at AEW All In tag team action. And that is great. I love it. I personally wanted it to be Nick Wayne. I did. I thought it was going to be a great spot for the kid, considering what they did last week on Dynamite, considering they basically killed Nick Wayne on national television. But, hopefully, I want Nick Wayne to be a part of this regardless. Hopefully he'll be in his corner or something, be in their corner, because he should be at All In. He should be. I thought it was going to be Nick Wayne and Darby versus AR and Swerve, and then Sting would have a singles match at All In, but Sting is going to be in this tag team match. Can't be mad at that, but it is what it is. Going to be a great tag team match regardless, and Sting definitely, if he wants to retire in front of 80,000 people, what a great way to go out, I know I'm just talking about everybody wanting to retire at All In, but what a better way to go out, man. Sting definitely deserves to retire in front of 80,000 people. So if he wants to, that's up to him. But I would love that if he, if he did that. Because that would be a great spot for him, Good stuff. Good stuff. So, uh, so then we had the Women's World Championship match in the main event here. Now, there's no coincidence that this was another women's main event for an AEW Dynamite show. They're still kind of trying to do damage control for what happened. The AEW women's division is not in a good place right now with the fan base. The fan base are definitely calling all of them out. And because of that, the division is really trying to prove to everybody that they are fine. Look, the way that the AEW women's locker room is going about it is only making it worse. So the fact that they got another main event tonight in about 9-minute match wasn't that long. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either, especially the finish. The finish was just god awful. Look, the AEW women's locker room is in a total mess right now. They need to figure stuff out. AEW needs to figure stuff out when it comes to their women's division. WWE needs to figure their stuff out when it comes to the women's division. Impact, they're in the best women's division in all North America. So they're fine. But those two companies, AEW and WWE, they're not good right now when it comes to women's wrestling. And that is a bad problem. That is a big problem. That is a bad problem. And people are noticing it. And people want answers. And people want better wrestling for AEW and WWE. So AEW, get your fucking shit together and do better for women's wrestling. Point blank. Period. But, I mean, this wasn't bad by any means. It was 9 minutes. What could they do in 9 minutes? Because it was picture in picture, as always. But, Shida fights out of the attack only for Anna to lock in the Queenslayer, bringing her down to the canvas with the body scissors to clench on the hold tight. But the champ is able to fight out and hold the hold long enough to get to the ropes to force a break, only for Anna Jay to lock in another Queenslayer. But Shida uses the corner to drop Anna onto the canvas instead. Shida then does a Falcon Arrow to the canvas. She does go for a near fall, gets it. She goes for a pinfall, gets a near fall, but hits a katana kick for the win, despite Angela Parker trying to do something. I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do, because the referee was counting to 3. He saw Angela Parker get into the ring to try to interfere with something, but he counted the 3 count anyway. So Angela Parker was going to do something. He was going to try to do something. Gonna hand Anna Jay something. Gonna just either, break up the pinfall in some way or pull Anna to the outside of the ring. Something was supposed to happen. But they were really running out of time. It was like 9:59 and like a few seconds left before they even went off the air. So I think they might have just ran out of time. And the people in the back just told the referee to just count to 3 anyway, and we'll just address things tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. We'll just address things next week on Dynamite or something, because it was a very, very awkward ending. And it did not look right at all. But this was it was a good match for what the time was. It was only 9 minutes, so they really couldn't do much. But Shida's great. Anna Jay is getting a ton better. You see her improving every single time she's in that ring. Good stuff there. She retains the title, does Hikaru Shida, and she celebrates in the ring. We get another quick rundown of what's to come for the Fatal 4-Way at All In. And Shida poses with the championship on the outside of the ring before the show, fades to black and goes off the air. So, you know, uh, it was good for what it was, but with it being 9 minutes, it wasn't the best that they could have done. Um, you know, Angelo Parker tried to do something, but it was a messed up finish. So, the 4-Way though at All In should be really good. I really do think that with Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, um, Soraya, and Tony Storm, those four ladies should definitely put on a good Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Championship. So hopefully we see something going on when it comes to that. I Look, a Fatal 4-Way, it's going to be hard for Shida to retain that championship. So if anything, I mean, look, when you look at all those people in that Fatal 4-Way, Britt Baker does not need the Women's Championship. Tony Storm, I don't think she's going to be winning the championship back. I honestly believe Shida should win the championship. She should retain the title here, considering she legitimately just won it last week. But there's a real chance that Saraya could walk out as Women's World Champion at the end of All In because it's in London. It could happen. All I'm saying is that it could happen. It really should be Shida that retains the title, but Saraya has a chance to walk out as Women's World Champion. So I'd be on the lookout for that. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I think it's either going to be Saraya or Shida that retains this championship here. So, well, Saraya that either wins it or Shida retains it here. So I don't know. That's what I'm predicting. We'll see what happens, but AEW All in London looking up to be a great show, honestly, for the biggest show of AEW's history. I mean, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great card. And there's more matches to be announced, guys. There's definitely more matches to be announced, considering there's only 4 matches now. But what I see happening at All In, it's going to be a great card. I mean, Samoa Joe challenged CM Punk. So that is most likely going to happen at All In. Kenny Omega going to talk about what he is going to be doing next week at All In. So that's most likely going to be Takeshita. So that's going to be incredible. We got MJF and Adam Cole for the AEW World title. You got Sting and Darby Allin versus Swerve and AR Fox. That's going to be good. We know the Blackpool Combat Club is going to be a part of All in some way. We don't know what they're going to be doing, but the BCC had to be involved in some way. So that should be something good. The Fatal 4-Way for the AEW Women's World Championship. That's going to be great. So there's that. We got the FTR. We got FTR taking on the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team titles. That's going to be great. The rumor of Jack Perry taking on Hook for the FTW title, which could be the final FTW Championship match in the belt's history. That could be good. And honestly, you want to know what I do? On Collision, Andrade versus Malachi Black. Put Andrade and Malachi Black in a singles match on there. Or LFI versus House of Black for the trios titles. You can do that. that would be great. And honestly, that's not a bad card. That's 9 matches. 9 matches for All In. I think that's a perfect card. I think that's a perfect card. And then you have the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles on the buy-in for that one match. That's perfect. That's a perfect 10 match. That's a perfect 10 match card. 9 for the main card and that one for the pre-show. That's a perfect card in my book. I mean, would I like to see? I personally would do. I personally would do Omega and Punk, considering as FTR and the Young Bucks, but I mean that's most likely not going to happen. But Samoa Joe and Punk is not a bad, B plan, plan B situation, and then Kenny and Takeshita, you can, I'll give you my money right now, honestly. But this is a really good card. This is a really good card for All In. I can't wait to see what they do when they get to London, because this is just going to be a great show. This is AEW's WrestleMania with almost 80,000 people in the arena already, and in the stadium, I should say. It's their first stadium show. Wembley Stadium. Going to be great. It's their WrestleMania, and it's their time to shine. So, can't wait to see what they do. But guys, that's going to be it for the AEW Dynamite post show right here on OTB. If you liked it, make sure to hit the like button, turn on the bell for all notifications as you hit that subscribe button, as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Go follow us all on social media. TikTok links are down in the description below. Go get the merch. Teespring, the official home of OTB and its merchandise. Go get some from WWE Shop. The affiliate link is down there in the description below. You guys can go down there, get anything you want from WWE Shop. On me. Not really. You have to pay. But anything that I get when it comes to commission, I put it right back here on the channel. And guys, just thank you. Thank you for all the love and support. Thank you, SeatGeek, for being our sponsor tonight. And we'll see you on the next episode of OTB, which will be Friday Night SmackDown. Peace out, y'all.